Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
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 Reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 1, Chapter 5, text number 24. Te mayi apetha akhila chapale arbhake. Te maya apetha akhila chapale arbhake. Dhante adhrita क्रीडनके अनुवर्तिनी दान्ते अधृत क्रीडनके अनुवर्तिनी चक्रुः कृपां यद्यपि तुल्यदर्शनाः चक्रुः कृपां यद्यपि तुल्यदर्शनाः शुश्रूषमाणे मुनयः अल्पभाषिणी शुश्रूषमाणे मुनयो अल्पभाषिणी. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Translation. Although they were impartial by nature, those followers of the Vedanta blessed me with their causeless mercy. As far as I was concerned, I was self-controlled and had no attachment for sports, even though I was a boy. In addition, I was not naughty, and I did not speak more than required. Purport by Srila Prabhupada. In the Bhagavad Gita, the Lord says, all the Vedas are searching after me. Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says that in the Vedas the subject matters are only three, namely, to establish the relation of the living entities with the personality of Godhead, perform the relative duties in devotional service, and thus achieve the ultimate goal, back to Godhead. As such, Vedantavadis are the followers of the Vedanta, indicate the pure devotees of the personality of Godhead. Such Vedantavadis or the Bhakti Vedantas are impartial in distributing the transcendental knowledge of devotional service. To them, no one is enemy or friend. No one is educated or uneducated. No one is especially favorable and no one is unfavorable. The Bhakti Vedantas see that the people in general are wasting time in false sensuous things. Their business is to get the ignorant mass of people to re-establish the lost relationship with the personality of Godhead. By such endeavor, even the most forgotten soul is roused up to the sense of spiritual life, and thus being initiated by the Bhakti Vedantas, the people in general gradually progress on the path of transcendental realization. So the Vedantavadis indicated the boy even before he became self-controlled and was detached from childish sporting, etc. But before the initiation, he, the boy, became more and more advanced in discipline, which is very essential for one who wishes to make progress in the line. In the system of Varnashrama Dharma, which is the beginning of actual human life, small boys after 5 years of age are sent to become brahmachari at the Guru's ashrama, where these things are systematically taught to boys, be they king's sons or sons of ordinary citizens. The training was compulsory not only to create good citizens of the state, but also to prepare each boy's future life for spiritual realization. The irresponsible life of sense enjoyment was unknown to the children of the followers of the Varnashrama system. The boy was even injected with spiritual acumen before being placed by the father in the womb of the mother. Both the father and the mother were responsible for the boy's success in being liberated from the material bondage. That is the process of successful family planning. It is to beget children for complete perfection, without being self-controlled, without being disciplined, and without being fully obedient. No one can become successful in following the instructions of the spiritual master. And without doing so, no one is able to go back to Godhead. Thus ends the Bhakti Vedanta purport. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitan Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Preshtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swamin Niti Namini Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatharini Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shrivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. This chapter is called Narada's Instructions on Srimad Bhagavatam. So this verse is also spoken by Narada. He is speaking to his disciple, Vyasadeva. Te mai apeta akhila chapale arbhake. Apeta akhila chapale arbhake. That is why apeta refers to not being initiated. That's why Prabhupada has referred to that. Even before initiation. Akhila chapale arbhake. Not chapale, akhila chapale arbhake dhante adhrita kridanake anuvartini chakruhu krupam yatyapi tulyadarshanaha shushrushamane munayaha alpabhashini. So, this alpabhashini, akhila chapale, dante, adhuta kridanake, anuvartini, all of these are qualifying Narada Muni. He is describing about his childhood. Arbake, Arbaka is child, boy. And to such a person, tulya darshanaha shushrushamane munayaha. He is telling tulya darshanaha, very equipoised, tulya darshana. Shushrushamane, very faithful, very strictly following the path of Krishna consciousness. Munayaha, such munis. to him, although they were impartial by nature, Tulyadarshinaha, these followers of the Vedanta blessed me with their causeless mercy. Chakruhu krupam. Krupam chakruhu. They showed mercy. Actually, this verse and the purport has a lot of very important points. So, Narada is giving his personal example. When he was a boy, he was not attached to frivolous sports. And these great devotees, Tulya Darshanaha, Shushrushamana Munayaha, Krupam Chakruhu, they showed mercy on me. So let's try to appreciate all these points. I don't know if you have heard me tell one small story. Many, many years ago in Bangalore, one person came to our temple. You know, we have the Gita counter. There's a place where books are sold. So he came and met some devotees there, and he said, I have found one mistake in the Gita. I said, oh, I want to tell you people you are selling Gita. I want to tell somebody in your temple I found it. And so they sent that boy to me, young man, to me. And so I said, okay, all right, let's see what he's saying. It's a mistake. Big acharyas have written commentary. Nobody found a mistake. It is spotless. It's Bhagavan Uvacha. His words are spotless, blemishless. And here is a young fellow saying, I found a mistake. So I asked him, what is this you have found? So he said, he was little. I mean, he knew some verses, not complete dabba. He knew something. So he said, you see, Krishna says, Dharma samsthapanarthaya sambhavami yuge yuge. I descend to this world to establish Dharma. And then in the 18th chapter, Krishna is saying, Sarva dharman parityajya mamekam sharanam. Krishna should have said, Sarva adharman parityajya. Mistake ho gaya. See, Krishna comes to establish Dharma, and he establishes Dharma. But in the end he is saying, Parityajya, Sarva Dharman Parityajya. It should have been Sarva Adharman Parityajya, Mamekam Sharanam Vraja. So mistake ho gaya. This was his proposition. So anyway, I tried to explain. I don't know what I explained. It was because I only remember this part. I think 15, 20 years back. So, it's a fact. Krishna says, I come to establish Dharma. Then why does Krishna say, give up all Dharma? Not give up all Adharma. Give up all Dharma and surrender to me. Srila Prabhupada explains one example to help us appreciate and understand this. There is one building. It has 100 floors. Very tall building, let us say. And you want to go to the 100th floor. There will be one staircase. You can go. First floor, second floor. 10th floor. By the time you climb, 100th floor I have to go. 20 floor, 30 floor, 40 floor. 100th floor, you can imagine. You have to climb ups. So difficult it will be. So tiring it will be. Then Prabhupada says, mostly intelligent people, what they will do, they look around. See, already you got it. They look for an elevator. And they'll get into the elevator, press 100 button, in a few minutes, the door will open. They are in the 100th floor. So Prabhupada gives this example. Vedas teach dharma. And these dharmas are meant to elevate human consciousness. And this elevation of human consciousness is a gradual process which will happen life after life. Somebody starts from 0 floor, first ground floor. This life they will do proper dharma, whatever their dharmas are according to Varnashrama. They'll come to 10th floor and die. Next life, they'll start from 10th floor. Neha vikramanasha asti swalpamapyasya dharmasya trayate mahato bhayat. Because whatever spiritual elevation we achieve is never destroyed. Neha abhikramaha nashaha anna asti na eha na iha neha abhikramo nashosti. Whatever we make advancement in this life is not destroyed. In the next life, we start from there. Suppose you're a mathematics professor. You know advanced mathematics. You have written doctorate, PhD, papers, and you have taught for so many years. And that doctor, that professor of mathematics dies. Next life, he is born again. He has to start 1 + 1 = 2. He cannot start from my life. Last life I knew so much mathematics. Will it continue? No. Material advancement is finished with the body. But spiritual advancement comes with the soul. So the next life, the soul will pick up from the 10th floor, climb up another maybe 20 floors, they will climb in that life. And like this, life after life, you can make gradual advancement to go to the 100th floor. This is Varnashrama Dharma. This is the dharmic path generally recommended for everybody. However, there is another path. Give up all of these staircases. Go to the elevator. Sarva dharman parityajya mamekam sharanam praja. Surrender to me. That's the elevator process. Krishna's recommendation in the Gita is that process. Because that Sharanagati to Krishna is the Paro Dharma. He's the highest Dharma. You see, when you climb up the steps, you are using your own energy and climbing. 10 floors I have climbed. I have to climb some more. You are using your own energy and climbing up. Right? Every step is your own energy. When you take the elevator, you're doing nothing. It's the horsepower of the elevator motor. It's pulling. The electrical energy is pulling you up. You are doing nothing. But one thing you did, instead of going up the staircase, you went to the elevator and pressed the right button. That is why the elevator starts. What is that elevator button? What is that elevator? There are a few things. One of them is what he is describing here. Chakruhu krupam tulya darshanaha shushrushamane munayo chakruhu krupam chakruhu. If you are fortunate to meet a pure devotee of the Lord and he blesses you and he initiates you, then you are not running on your strength, you are running on the strength of his mercy. That is the meaning of Shushrushamane Munaya Tulya Darshanaha. Chakruhu Krupam Chakruhu. Third line. Krupam Chakruhu Krupam. So Narada is describing like this: when I was a Arbhaka, when I was a small boy, there were a few Vedantists, Munayaha, Shushrushamane Munayaha, and they blessed me. If we get the blessing of such an exalted, pure devotee, you're rising up, not on your strength, on the strength of that pure devotee's blessing. This is an alternate process Krishna described. Don't go take the staircase. Sarva dharman parityajya mam ekam sharanam vraja. Now the point is, not everybody understands all these things from the Gita. Very few people. So rare. Because our acharyas realized this and they passed it down. So, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, when he instructed Sanatana Goswami in Kashi for 2 continuous months, he described the signs of God consciousness, telling him all these things. And so Sanatana Goswami, and then later on to Rupa Goswami, he explained on the banks of Prayag. And these Goswamis understood from Chaitanya Mahaprabhu something very special, and they wrote many, many books. Nana Shastra Vichara Naika Nipuno Saddharma Samsthapako. They were experts in these Vedic literatures, and Nipuna means expert. They were expert in reading Vedic literatures carefully. Nana Shastra Vichara, Nipunaha. Like we are discussing now. This is Shastra Vichar. Nana Shastra Vichara Naika Nipuno. And they were experts in scrutinizingly studying the Vedic literature. That's how Prabhupada translates. Scrutinizingly study the Vedic literature. For what? To become known as scholars? No. Saddharma Samsthapaka. In order to establish what is the eternal dharma. Sat Dharma. Others are Asat Dharma, or temporary steps of progress. Staircase also helps you, but it is slow, and life after life, you have to go on. May take 100 lifetime, but in Kali Yuga, you make one mistake, you slip down. Imagine you climb 40th floor, and one mistake, you're back to 10th floor. Ayo Krishna. Again, I have to start next this life. So, Krishna is not recommending that, especially for Kali Yuga. He's saying, go to the elevator, and that elevator is Sharanagati, and for that Sharanagati, we have to learn from a Bhakta who is 100% Sharanagati, he has practiced. And taking the instruction of the spirit of that bhakta, such a pure devotee. And following that is called Diksha. That's called initiation. Initiation means you hear from the spiritual master a certain idea, a certain conception of spiritual life, and it strikes you. Yes, what am I doing in my life? This is the right thing to do. I must do this. When we read Prabhupada's books, that's what happens, no? We read Prabhupada's books, we read Prabhupada's sentences. I remember when I was in college, young boy, I was doing some translation checking because there was somebody. It was a small book, Beyond Birth and Death. When I was checking the translation, I read some 2-3 sentences. I just could not sit there. It shook me up. What Prabhupada is saying. I got up. I was doing this in the college library. I got up. I just walked outside. There were cubicles for doing studies, and you have many books. And that's the kind of a library it was. So I had my dictionary, and not that I was any good in the language. So I used to have dictionary, read carefully whether they have translated, all that. I used to do that. So I kept that one there, walked up and down the aisle, blown by the words that Prabhupada has written. What is this temporary life? Everything will be finished. This is an illusory life. Something like that Prabhupada had written. I have not gone back to those sentences again for a long time. See, that it strikes you, no? That is Prabhupada initiating. That's why Prabhupada said, anybody who reads my books, he's already initiated by me. Prabhupada has touched that soul. Like that, Prabhupada is touching so many souls through his books and giving us a certain conception of spiritual life. And what are we doing? We repeat that. All this I have figured out, is it myself? I have not figured out. I'm just repeating what Srila Prabhupada has done. Because Chaitanya Mahaprabhu ordered, Srila Prabhupada said, Yare deko tare kaho Krishna Upadesh. Don't give your own Upadesh. Krishna Upadesh you give. That's how Prabhupada has trained us. So, in some specific cases, like Narada, how he was initiated into this knowledge, Narada Muni is describing. And so, Prabhupada is drawing these things from this verse in the Bhagavatam. One more point, I'll close in a short while. See, Vedas are so many. If you go to Kumbh Mela in our country, you'll find so many sadhus. And there will be one sadhu. He's standing on one leg last 40 years, 30 years, they will say. He'll be standing on one leg. Shoo. And there are such people. They are called tapasvi. They do so much tapasya. And you will find different kinds of sadhus. So many different kinds of religious practices are there. But what is that one ultimate truth? I don't know if you have heard, our Prime Minister makes one statement. He quotes this. It's actually a statement from the Veda, Rig Veda. Ekam satyam vipra bahuda vadanti. There is one truth, but Vipra, learned people, Bahuda vadanti. They explain in different ways. This they misunderstand, most people. They will say, that is why there are so many methods, but all of them are good, don't worry. Because there is only Ekam Satyam. You can do anything you want. It does not matter. Ekam Satyam. The difference between what we say and what they say, there is a reason also. I don't know if we have time to explain all this. I'll briefly tell. We say, yes, there are many methods. Very beautiful. These are all, you should not miss these things from Prabhupada's teachings. Okay. 411. I think. Let me see. I may be wrong also. Yes. Correct. Bhagavad Gita, 4th chapter, 11th verse. Ye yathamam prapadyante tamstathaiva bhajamyaham. In the purport, Prabhupada makes one very nice statement. Yes, there are many methods described in the Vedic literatures. Not all of them take you to the same end. All of them are different degrees of success on this towards the same goal. You see, there is a difference. I'll read this. See. Okay. In other words, everyone is dependent for success upon His mercy alone, Krishna's mercy alone. And all kinds of spiritual processes described in the Shastra, all kinds of spiritual processes are but different degrees of success on the same path. We say there is one staircase, 100th floor. All of them will take you to the 100th floor. But different process will take you from 0 to 10. Some process will take you from 10 to 20. Some process will take you from 5 to 25. There is only one staircase. All of them trying to take you to the 100th floor. And all of them take you to different degrees of success. Ekam Satyam, 100th floor you must go. Vipra Bahuda Vadanti, because it is a fact that some people are in 5th floor, some people are in 10th floor, some people are in 20th floor. They have to explain. That is why the Guru teaches, the Vedic literatures give those processes, so that from you are in the 20th floor, because you came to 20th floor from it's a result of many years of previous life accumulation. And so from there you have to go up. And that's why you get drawn to some process. But if you are fortunate, you will get drawn, you will come in touch with a pure devotee. He will tell you, don't take all these different small processes. Look for the elevator. It's okay. Okay. It's a frog. It'll say, who will tell us, take the elevator and go to the 100th floor immediately. That is why, you see, this is why we say this. What is the proof? Why do we say this? This is because Krishna himself says, Yanti deva vratan devan pitrun yanti pitru vrataha yanti bhutejya mam. What does it say? Anyone remembers that verse? 9th chapter, no? Yanti deva vrata devan pitrun yanti pitru vrataha yanti bhutani bhutejya madhyajino pimam. What is he saying? Yanti deva vratan devan. Deva vratan. Those who are worshipping devas, they are doing vrata for deva. Devan yanti. Yanti means to attain, to go. Those who worship the devatas go to the devatas. Pitrunyanti pitruvrataha. Those who do pitruvrata. Pitrunyanti, they go to the pitrus. What is the next? Bhutani yanti bhutejja. Bhuta ejja. Ejja means to worship. Bhuta ejja. Bhutani yanti. Those who worship Bhuta, ghosts and others, they go to them. Madhyajino Pimam. Madhyajinaha, those who worship me, Mam Yanti. So Krishna has described many different processes. Devata worship, Pitru worship, Bhuta worship, my worship. All go to different levels. See, this is called scrutinizingly studying the Vedic literatures. Goswamis did this. You see. Now, one statement Prabhupada is making here in the purport. Very powerful statement. In the Bhagavad Gita, the Lord says, all the Vedas are searching after me. This is a very powerful statement. Most people miss out the real import of this. Where does Krishna say that? 15th chapter. Vedaischa sarvair ahameva vedyaha. Sarva vedaihi ahameva vedyaha. From this entire staircase, only one purpose is there. To go to the 100th floor. So many Vedic processes are there. All helping people. If somebody was in 10th floor and in his life he followed some dharmic process and he reached 25th floor, is he closer to the 100th floor than he was before? Definitely, right? He was in 5th floor. He has now come to 25th floor. Only 75 floors left. He will reach the 100th floor. It is helping everybody make progress little by little by little. But there is an alternate way, elevator method, straight, which will take you to the 100th floor. For the elevator method to work, somebody should show you, tell you, you are so absorbed. Now I am going to the 20th floor. Next, I will go to 21st floor. You're so excited about it. Somebody should tell you, wait. Look for the elevator. Come, I'll show you. Take this elevator. Press 100 button. You will go there. That's what a pure devotee does. That is the process that Srila Prabhupada is recommending. So here, all the Vedas are searching after me. Lord Sri Chaitanya says that in the Vedas, subject matters are only 3. You see, this is another very beautiful encapsulation of the entire Vedic wisdom. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, finally, all the Vedic process, whatever you take, whichever Vedic literature you take, there are 3 things that are being discussed. One is describing that we have a relation with the Lord. Second, there is a way to revive that relationship. And number 3, you can achieve perfection in the understanding of that relationship and go back to Godhead. This is called, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu calls this Sambandha, Abhidheya and Prayojana. This is a beautiful encapsulation of all Vedic knowledge. Ultimately, you can put this into 3 buckets. All Vedic knowledge. It is teaching us our relation with the Lord. Right now, we are having a misunderstanding. We are thinking we have a relation with in connection with this body and our relation in connection with the body. Actually, we have no connection with this body at all. One day we will go, our body will be left behind. No? Oh, he's gone. The body is there. The people, rest of them, they'll cry for one day to next day. They will take him. They will not even say him. They will say body. Language also changes. You see? I overheard somebody on the phone, they were talking. Oh, somebody was telling this person, your father or mother is very sick. Oh, please take her to doctor. Quickly, please help. I'm far away. I'm trying to come quickly. Please take my mother to hospital. And then after some time, again the call came. We took the mother to the hospital and she was over dead. And now the language changed. So where is the body? What are we going to do? No, they have told, the doctor has said, we can keep the body in the hospital for another 2 hours. After that, you should come and take over the body. Okay, we will come. Please tell them to keep the body. Now you see, the language only changed. They're not saying, keep my mother there. Mother gone. Keep the mother's body there. Okay, we will bring the body here. And when the body comes, keep the body there. Don't bring inside, keep the body outside nicely, we will. See, this is reality. We have no connection with this body, Panchabhuta body, but we are so attached to the body. We think we are the body, and all things connected to the body are my relationship. This is called aham and mama. The illusion of aham and the illusion of mama. The illusion of who I am and the illusion of what are things which are mine. So life after life, this illusion goes on. Actually, we have no relation with this body. We have no relation with this things connected to the body. Our real relationship is with Krishna. And that sambandha Vedic literatures are trying to tell us and teach us. And then how to revive this relationship. And that's called abhidheya. And what is the perfection of that prayojana, and by which we can go back to Krishna. One last, so many things are there. That's why I said Prabhupada's books are so special. So here, Prabhupada is saying, as such, Vedantavadis, or the followers of Vedanta, indicate the pure devotees of the personality. Such Vedantavadis, or the Bhakti Vedantas, are impartial in distributing the transcendental knowledge of devotional service. To them, no one is enemy or friend. No one is educated or uneducated. No one is especially favorable and no one is unfavorable. The Bhakti Vedanta see that the people in general are wasting time in false sensuous things. Their business is to get the ignorant mass of people to re-establish the lost relationship with the personality of Godhead. By such endeavor, even the most forgotten soul is roused up to the sense of spiritual life. See, this is what Prabhupada does now in his books. And thus being initiated by the Bhakti Vedantas. See, by reading Prabhupada's books, by hearing from him, we are roused to that spiritual understanding, that rousing to this rising, that awakening to the relationship of the Lord. That's called initiation. The people in general, relationship. re-establish the relationship with the personality of Godhead. By such endeavor, even the most forgotten soul is roused up to the sense of spiritual life, and thus being initiated by the Bhakti Vedantas, the people in general gradually progress on the path of transcendental realization. You see, when you read Prabhupada's books, when you hear his classes, or you hear his message from other devotees, you get roused, you feel that's actually Prabhupada initiating. That's why, again, no time, we'll close 8 o'clock already. So, this is the real meaning of initiation. And we have to be initiated by a pure devotee, Bhakti Vedanta, like Srila Prabhupada. And under his shelter, under his direction, we should practice. And by that, we can attain perfection. And Narada is telling the same thing to Vyasadeva. And preparing Vyasa, now you write a literature exclusively about taking the lift. Don't tell about all these different staircases. Dharmat projita kaitavotram paramo nirmat saranam satam. You've already written so many Vedic literature, how you can go from 0 to 10, 10 to 15, 5 to 10, 5 to 25, and how you will sometimes people will come back from 25 to 4, 25 to 5. All this you have described. Now you describe one Vedic literature which is telling them to go to take the elevator, and that's why he wrote the Srimad Bhagavatam. See? So that's why Bhagavatam is so special. Bhagavad Gita is so special. We'll stop here. Anyone has any? One question only. Yes, please. Yes, please. Please, go ahead.
Can a devotee know that on which staircase he is there?
Which floor he is in?
Which floor he is
Okay.
there?
Okay.
And how to overcross the energy commando like Jai Vijay to press the button of the elevator?
Okay. Okay. All right. Very good.
In this life, human life, can anybody know which stage of bhakti is there?
Yeah. Very nice. So his question is, how can we know in which stage of spiritual life, which floor we are in our present life, and then how we can go, which floor? Yes. When this example is given, we will get this curiosity. Where I am? 10th floor, 15th floor, 20th floor. Correct? Somewhere I'm told from this example, I am in some floor. Yes, in one sense, there is a way to know with some spiritual. It requires a spiritual vision. But more important, it does not matter. In every floor, there is an elevator door opening. That's the great advantage. Isn't it? Yes, we may be curious. But once you go to the 100th floor, you started from 10th floor, 50th floor, it does not matter. Suppose there is one big meeting of all billionaires. Only billionaires are there. And you are also there. It does not matter whether you started with 100 rupees, 1 lakh rupees, and you became a billionaire. Now you are a billionaire. You can be in this company of billionaires. Correct? So we may be curious how I started, where I started. Because this is this life. How many lives we have taken? It is an irrelevant information. Although we may be intellectually, we may be curious about it. But most important is that I am going to become. Suppose somebody is giving a course, how you can become a billionaire. They won't ask you, now how much money you have. He'll say, whatever money you have does not matter. You follow my course, you follow my method, you can become a billionaire. Hare, that's important. You see? So, although with some spiritual advancement, we can develop that, yes, this is where I was at that time. But more important is, I'm heading to join the 100th floor, go to the 100th floor. And once we go to the 100th floor, Jaya, Vijaya, they'll not be guarding, they'll be waiting. Please come. You see? They're not stopping. They're waiting. Please come. Come to Vaikuntha. Come to Sri Hari. Come to Krishna. They're happy that you came. You see? Why they are guarding? Because unqualified people should not come and disturb the Lord. Prabhupada writes that unqualified people create disturbance for the Lord. Conditioned souls create disturbance for the Lord. And that is why there are all these checks and stop things which will stop us. Okay? Right. Very nice. Nice meeting you all. Nice talking to all of you. Hare Krishna. Srila Prabhupada ki